Politics woohoo. It's happening. Teachers being removed from campus. The gun control debate is raging again after the tragic shooting that occurred in Parkland, Florida, a few weeks ago. People on both sides of the aisle have been engaging in fierce debates online over what the solution is to keep our students safe on public school campuses across the country. While there are people who believe that banning guns in the nation will somehow eradicate the potential threat, there are others who feel that arming teachers and tightening up security is a more feasible approach to the frightening situation. In fact, there are teachers in our country that are willing to arm themselves to protect their students, but of course, the left is ready to silence those views by any means necessary. So, when Timothy Locke, an Iraq veteran and teacher in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, stated that he was one of those teachers that would arm himself and believed that the school needed more security, he was removed from campus, and you can bet he won't be the last one. Timothy Locke, an Iraq veteran and teacher, was suspended after saying that the school he taught at needed more security. It is one thing for people in the country to search for answers in the wake of a tragedy, but for those on the left, it is just an opportunity to further chip away at our rights. After the shooting on Valentine's Day, we all braced for the influx of left's gun control rhetoric, and they didn't disappoint. Within moments of the shooting, the left was already on their soapbox demanding that assault rifles were banned and that all the issues were gun owners' fault. However, for others in the country, including President Trump, the answer seems much more straightforward than disarming millions of legal gun owners, arm the teachers and add stricter security measures in the schools. Seriously, it isn't rocket science, right? Well, the gun grabbers and sensitive millennials in the country don't see it that way, and are doing their best to silence their opposition. Case in point is Timothy Locke, a favorite history teacher at Cherry Hill East in New Jersey, who was recently suspended with pay for saying in class that the school was not prepared to handle an active shooter, and that he would gladly arm himself to protect his students. A student in the class heard this remark, and instead of applauding the teacher for taking a tough stance against an active shooter, they complained to the principal and had him suspended from teaching. Here is more from the Daily Caller. Cherry Hill High School history teacher Timothy Locke, 59, said he was placed on administrative leave last week because he spoke out in one of his classes about arming teachers and ramping up school security to try and prevent a school shooting. Locke allegedly said that a similar shooting could happen at Cherry Hill, and he would put himself between the gunman and the students. Most of the students reportedly didn't have a problem with Locke's comments, but one was so distraught by the comments, she was escorted to the administration by another teacher. Locke's bag was searched, and he was required to undergo a physical and psychological exam. Most students were fine with the comments, Fox News reported on Friday. But at least one, who spoke anonymously to local media, said the remarks verged on reckless. Locke contends he was adamantly concerned about the well-being of my students, and students are now protesting to have him reinstated at the school. His students are clearly concerned about him, Fox further reported. His suspension triggered 2 days of demonstration and a firestorm of criticism from both students and their parents, who say they have long appreciated Mr. Locke's candor, even concerning things like his tour of combat in Iraq and battle with post-traumatic stress disorder. Cherry Hill has said they won't talk about the suspension, as it is a personnel matter. The only thing that Locke did was share what the issue with the school was, and instead of the officials listening to him, they punished him. The only way to protect our children is to implement more armed security, remove the gun-free zone status, and offer teachers the choice to arm themselves. Once that occurs, you can be sure that gun violence in our public schools will drop, but it is obvious that the left does not want that, and this proves it.